What's something you have in your house that is secretly sexy and others don't know about? In our living room we have a gigantic painting that just looks like random abstract art, but it came from one night we covered ourselves in paint and fucked on the canvas. Jesus, that's nice, but I would be so afraid to get paint in my pee. Just use dedicated body paint. The proper stuff is hypoallergenic and safe for genital use. I've made raw shark tests by painting tis and then having the women sit on a piece of paper. I don't know if they'll be stable for centuries, but I've got a couple that have lasted a decade or so. We have a squat rack that we use as a restraint frame for our kinky adventures. We jokingly call it our dungeon. A queening chair. What's that? It's a chair that allows a woman to sit over your face while you lie on your back. You can then perform oral on her from below. Photo. Not the one I have, but they're all pretty identical. We have a painting over the bed, given to us by a fuck buddy we banged for ages. Another one in the living room from another fuck buddy. The second one is a fairly well-known artist, so we just tell people we were friends with him when he ran a local artists guild. How did you bang so many artists? One was a pro, the other was more of a renaissance man doing as a hobby. Very nice work though. I have a small gun safe next to my bed. I do not own a gun. It's stuffed with sex toys. My husband grew up in Florida, so he's very gun friendly. We have a safe with like 20 rifles and handguns in it. We now live in LA, and I'd rather my friends find my strap-on than that safe. Lol. We have a Harry Potter calendar on our fridge. We've been using it for a year to track all details of our sex life with a series of innocent markings that I'll get summed into an Excel doc later. Duffel bag filled with dildos, sexy panties, and a giant black butt plug. That butt plug does things to me that masturbation can't. No one in my life would even remotely suspect I have any of that stuff. Cocoa butter. My wife always buys it, and so it's always in our bathroom. Why it's secretly sexy is that when we were in college, she used some to give me a hand job in her dorm room. It's been a while, years, since she has used it on me, but it's always there as a reminder. We have those under the bed restraints. We have a steel frame instead of a box spring, so the cuffs sort of dangle at the corners of the bed. Not overt, but also not well hidden. We both hope someday one of our female friends sees them, and it starts a conversation. I stayed at my friend's house a few years ago and dropped my phone behind the bed. When I bent down to get it, I realized they had those under the mattress restraints. I started poking around and found a ton of sex toys stashed in the room, and I realized that their guest room was their fuck room. So far, no one has asked why there are 2 smoke detectors in our bedroom. This is convenient for us, since one of them hides a sex swing anchor that is bolted to the rafters in the attic. Most of the wooden spoons and the big rubber spatula have been used to spank a GF that used to get bent over the kitchen table, perfect height, and were within reach. When I got out of college, my mom gave me her mattress so she could buy a new one. That's how I found out she is a squirter. Oh no. There's a set of handcuffs hanging from the headboard of the bed. Like always. They never get put away. It's a joke to my Facebook feed because I once posted a picture of my son sleeping on the bed, and everyone was quick to point out the handcuffs. So any picture involving the bed now also becomes a game of who can point out the handcuffs first. It also created quite the moment when he had a few coworkers help us move. I'd never seen 4 men all blush and giggle at the same time before. The body in my crawl space is probably a wrong answer. I keep some ripped underwear in my closet that I use for kinky stuff. I just put them there so they look normal. When we moved a few years ago, my husband's work paid for the whole move, full white glove service. I was moving some stuff around and went into the bedroom and saw 2 dudes just casually throwing all of our sex toys into a box, and they were wrapping up dildos and vibrators like they were nice coffee cups that could break. I just turned around and walked out of the house. We have the same sex canvas right next to our bed with one of those swanky art lights on it. You can order them at Amazon. Just search up Love is Art, and I can't say enough how fun that was to do. We took selfies of ourselves after that are as sexy as the canvas turned out. The other plain sight is that we have a stainless steel canopy bed that I attached small eyes to the top and hidden at the head and foot of the bed where I can rig my gal up in any number of positions. Handcuffs are hanging from the center one at the head of the bed so I can restrain her in a snap. I was picturing the small googly eyes. I have a drawer full of pervertibles, candles, shower curtains to use as tarps on the floor, wooden dowels, a couple Wartenberg pinwheels. My storage room that has a padlock on it. It's not storage. It's a playroom. Padlocked because I don't want kids playing in the storage room. We have a bed in our room. We actually have sex on it, but don't tell anyone. I built a custom height bed so that it is the perfect height to enter my wife while standing on the floor. Best position in the world for us. You would never know looking at it because it is just a little bit taller than a normal bed, but it is so good. I have a big black flask that I've never brought out or anything. Surprise surprise, it's used as a dildo. My family think I'm just saving to use it on a camping trip with the scouts. Bed restraints. Imagine a capital I or just look at that one. Everything is under the mattress, but I can bring them out to restrain. Bought it to surprise the GF, but we broke up before we used them. Next, GF mentioned maybe, possibly, wanting to be tied up with someone she trusted. Do you trust me? Yeah. What would your safe word be? Some would is your safe word? Yeah. Stand up from bed, strap her down. Holy shit, sexy times you've been holding out. I thought you might like it, but gotta ease into it. I miss using it. I also have some random cheap vibrators that were gifts and a glass dildo that may or may not be in my freezer. There was a chocolate handprint on my shower tiles. I played it off as my GF dyed her hair. I'll clean it up before it stains instead of telling the truth about our sexy play fight that got out of hand in the kitchen. My auntie. People see it and think it's cute novelty PJs or something. No. IFCK in these. Hard. Basically my entire house. Since 5 years ago my GF and we were doing amateur porn. We have all our house decorated with kinky pictures, stickers, dildos, a paint made with our bodies, and basically we have one half placard full of merchandising from porn related brands. Sometimes is a problem because we are renting the place and the landlord came few times when something is broken and we have to hide and modify everything because we don't want them to know we make porn. It's complicated but it's really exciting. Thank you for watching. Please don't forget to subscribe so you don't miss any of our videos. We upload once a day at around 3 PM. Come for the Reddit, stay for the dank memes.